Yo, it's good, y'all. Welcome to Yellow Tape, Season 2, Episode 2, with your hosts, DOJ, Uncle Jackie, and Doc. Give me a second, we bring you the show. Episode 2, with your hosts, DOJ, Uncle Jackie, and Doc. Give me a second, we... There you go.
Yellow tape wrapped around, I'm making a splash. My flow so hot it's burning up the scene. When I step into the room, you know what I mean. Yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape. We on fire, we the ones in charge. Ain't none time, turn it up. Let the beat drop low. Yellow tape everywhere. It's our time to show.
What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Welcome to another week of Yellow Tape. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, DOJ? How you doing?
What's the word? Easy day. You already know, man. Ready. Looking forward to this all week, man. Seeing what's up. Seeing how you guys is doing.
We doing good. What's good? What's good? What's good, Uncle Jay? Uncle Jackie?
What it do? What it ain't right now?
All right,
Holding
cool.
it down. Shows dedication, even right there. He's no excuses. I'm all out there.
Man on a mission. There we go. That's what we do. We appreciate the time. We appreciate people that join us. You know what I mean? Um, Here we go with another episode. We out here discussing what's going on, today's topic with the world, you know what I mean, as far as today's shows with food prices, gas prices, everything is up, you know. Some people got good jobs to where they could maintain it for a little while, you know what I mean? But everybody going through some type of struggle and paying some type of bills, whether it be the medical bills, again, food. Um, they're just not paying enough for everybody, you know what I mean? So trying to see where we at, what we doing to try to counter that, you know what I mean? And what's the reason, of the buildup of the prices being so high? What's your thoughts on that, deal?
Well, I mean, not to get technical on it, but inflation is what takes over on that one. It's prices of things go up because they want more money circulated around them, and some corporations get greedy, and then you realize, if people are willing to pay this much, maybe if we up it $1, we could pay that much. And then they merge together with another company that'd be like, well, that money is coming in, we can make a little more out of that, and they jack up the prices again, and then shrinkflation when they go ahead and bring down stuff too. And that's why when you start seeing candy bars, you see bags of potato chips, you'll be seeing shit, and you'd be like, why? Wait a minute. Why is it so small? I don't remember it not being like this. I don't remember it being like that on that. So
That's facts. The
yeah.
bag was bigger for a cheaper price, and it's like, what's going on here? Like the bag's getting mad smaller now, with less product inside of it. You know what I mean? Any thoughts for you, Uncle Jackie? Can you talk at the moment or what?
I agree with what Jay said. Inflation, and the cost of everything is going up. Why? I don't know. I think it has to do with the debt, the national debt.
Well, that could be it too. You know what I mean? Someone trying to make it, balance it out type of thing. Um, I also feel that a lot of things played into a part of why it went so high within the last 2 or 3 years. I believe the remember the what's that canal that was closed up because of the ship was stuck in between it, and a whole bunch of container shipment was what is that, Suez Canal? Am I saying it right?
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, out there in South America, like in that area over there. Um, that canal was clogged up in 2000. Right before or right after the pandemic, when the tissues was being, we couldn't get no tissue, we couldn't get no wipes and anything. That shit was backed up for a minute, and they had the straight canal. You know what I mean? and they that's where kind of like where this war is kind of like, you know, pertaining to too, where they trying to open up another canal so they won't have to rely, America won't have to rely on that canal or products. But that has something to do with it. COVID had something to do with it. A lot of things shut down during COVID. A lot of things wasn't being mass production at the time. So a lot of things is like back ordered. A lot of things is stuck where they stuck at, you know what I mean? I got some videos and clips to show, you know, what's the, you know, some of the ideas of why it's up there. So I'm going to go to that real quick. Shout out to Uncle Jackie. Shout out to our host, Theo. You know what I mean? We also appreciate you guys for coming out every day and every week. You know what I mean? Okay, once I can get this together, you know me and my production. That's why you need a producer here.
I guarantee you, anytime a product can be passed off as something more expensive, it will be.
Prices are very dynamic. They move up and down every single day.
An orange that's grown conventionally and an orange that's grown organically, I think they're going to have the same vitamins in them.
Organic food is not healthier or safer for you.
Fraud happens more with more expensive foods.
Cheaper oil is added to the more expensive oil, and the label still reads 100% extra virgin olive oil. Okay, so you think this is olive oil, right? Wrong. Well, maybe some of it is, but this is actually a classic example of food fraud.
The extra virgin olive oils are being switched out with cheap ones.
And fraudulent to sell something labeled as
Okay, there's one coming right behind it, Jay.
Supermarket, that's probably bogus.
Here's how and why fake food sits secretly in our kitchen cabinets. According to the FDA, food fraud is considered economically motivated adulteration, or EMA.
It's a monetary impact to the consumer and to the food manufacturers, but it's also a potential public safety, public health impact. It robs us of nutrients and can kill people and has done.
Larry Olmsted researched food fraud for years and published his book, Real Food, Fake Food, in 2016.
As I worked on this book, my definition of fake food became anytime what you buy is not what you think you're buying. Doesn't really matter whether it's legal or illegal. It's where you're being tricked. You're buying something that's not what you think it is.
The worst offenders can...
Yeah, and then it goes down to the, you know, the lady describing that you're buying 100%, you know, olive oil, and you get a mixture of different kinds of oil inside of it. Labels not being properly labeled. You know, things that we also getting is not good for our insides. You know what I mean? So many things on the labels that's hard to pronounce, and forget hard to pronounce, but what the H and HELL is inside of it. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do we really know what we putting inside our bodies? Do we really know the intake and the harm that it's doing, or the healthy thing that it's doing? I got a couple of videos down from here that's going to show you that different spices as well get mixed up, and you think you getting something very healthy, something that's, you know, pertaining good to your body, that's not, like I said, not really what it is.
I mean, things be having cancer-causing agents, and it's like, why would you want to eat something that says monodiglyceride?
Right.
Yeah, I want some monodiglycerides. Whatever that means, I want some of it.
Yeah, like what exactly is that? You know what I mean? Like we take that, we feel that that's a preservative or something. You know what I mean? That's my thought of it when I see something of that nature. That's a preservative because obviously that's not a natural ingredient. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. What's your thought, Theo?
I'm a little confused, and because this goes into a different route than what you were explaining earlier in the show. Because now we went from not being able to eat certain prices of food to this fake food stuff, and this completely turns my stomach when I start going into these parts because they've been doing stuff like this for years. This stuff like this been going on for God knows how long. Is attributed to a bunch of factors that come into diabetes and cancer causing symptoms and everything else that comes locked into that. I mean, you can piece those together as the reason why certain things get shrunk down in size wise, because they always say America's so greedy, we always got to shrink down of maybe less to go ahead and get there, and that's why it costs more, so people want to buy healthy. But in the same token in here, that's the whole argument where it goes, yeah, this is a whole back and forth. It says, all right, so don't buy unhealthy, so I should buy healthy. But then if I buy healthy, you're telling me that I'm buying fraudulent things anyways and spending upwards of 20 to 30% more on the price to go ahead and do this. That's doing the same exact thing as the fraudulent stuff. But then when I go back to the fraudulent stuff, I go back to the stuff that wasn't as healthy. And I go, all right, let me go back to the stuff that I know. Not only have you shrunk it, you've made that 20, 30 the price that it was before. And then there's a whole constant just economic circle that just goes ridiculous,
Facts. Yeah. So this subject do lead to different avenues. You know what I mean? Like I said, it leads to political. It leads to who owns the top businesses, who's the top dogs of the food chain. And a major question that I have, and I always have, and it's like a question that even more, light, and it brings a light. It brings a light to inside my head. Why the Food and Drug Administration is together? The food and the drugs should be totally different in a sense. Food should be food, healthy or not healthy, and that should be regulated one way. And the drugs should be administrated by drugs, and it should be handled in one aspect too.
I think you're misconstruing the drugs aspect of it. Drugs meaning it means like pharmaceuticals and stuff like that.
Yeah, no fact. Yeah.
So all of those go into it. I get what you're saying, but that whole company or that whole thing, that whole branch was made just for whatever we ingest into our bodies. So they go, all right, there's a limit onto what can kill you and what can't kill you. We have to make sure there's nothing below those lines, over those lines. We mix stuff into the middle. So that's what their job is for. But you do have a point where it goes, well, if we have them, why is stuff like this fraudulent thing still happening? You know what I'm saying? What's with the cracks that you're telling me we have a whole FDA of people to do this to protect us, and yet they're letting stuff like this happen still?
Well, some more clips that I have too is going to explain that, we do have this administration and we do have certain percentage of food is being checked, you know what I mean? And there's not a whole lot of percentage of food that's being checked or being, properly administrated or properly labeled, I should say. So it's like we have this company here, but what are they regulating? What are they really intent? What is their really intent is? You know what I mean? All of these things, all of these administrations, majority of administrations came in right after the Depression, you know what I mean? And all of that was just for monetary purpose to fund money one way and to have a company to quote unquote to regulate, you know what I mean? And according to as our intakes, the regulation is not there. And if you see that the cigarette company that when they got the heavy fines in early 90s, late 90s, they went and bought the food industry. They went inside the food industry. And so when they went inside the food industry, a lot of ingredients started being changed within them. It was inside the ingredients of these boxes. And if you look at our food what's inside our food and what's inside European food is two different, it doesn't add up, you know what I mean, as far as regulation wise and the healthiness of Americans. The healthiness of Americans is not there, in my opinion. I mean, and not even my opinion, but if you look at cancer rates, you look at autism, you look at everything that has something to do with some type of deformation of the body within its natural form. Like the food, we don't know what the food doing it. We have recalls like every other week, every 2 weeks we have recalls, and it's now it hits every other food chain.
Okay. So, only thing I can say to that is the fact that we have so many recalls, and you can say that we have so many recalls on it, means that somebody somewhere is doing some type of work. So it's working in sense of saving the American public from like another outbreak. But I think what you're saying is you want more of, since they're there, they should be regulating every single product to go ahead and go here. It's the same way with the car industry, bro. If I own a giant car brand, all I have to do is fudge some numbers when they come in to test, and I can get away with a bunch of it. Volkswagen's gotten away with it. Honda's gotten away with all those Civic, a whole bunch of recalls. Remember, Toyota went through with the Prius and stuff. A whole bunch of liabilities and things like that go into factors like that. But I do agree with you that our allowance of certain things is outrageous, but they have done their job in some part where they've made certain things, I don't want to say illegal, but harder to make or harder to produce for mass consumption. That's why a lot of candies and foods and brands go out of business and stuff like that. That still happens. But I mean, I don't know where. I really don't have an opinion or know where they would want to go with, like, what else can they do? You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be a big company that comes in and goes, yo, we can pay this amount of money to change this up. And then in the court of law, it's explained in a whole nother way. That's why cigarettes are still in business. That's why we still have things that kill us all the time. That's why Monsanto is still a business that takes over everything. Like it's a big corporation thing, bro. And it goes into government wise where it goes, it shouldn't be allowed. Someone shouldn't be allowed to dip into their pockets or their resources to go ahead and sway the opinion to legalize something and not legalize something.
I mean, that's why we have the Senate and all of that, and we got to properly put people in place, you know what I mean? So that way things that we feel, and not even that voice about need to be voice of concern and not just voice of a voice to be heard type shit, you know what I mean? When I say voice of concern, that means, pressure these people, pressure these companies, write letters and let them, but we don't do that. We complain, we say this, that, and the third, we read it, we put it on the internet, but some people catch wind to it. But how far is it really being taken to changing these things on the background? You know what I mean?
I'll give it to you. If you don't really know, there's been a steady wave of people fighting against and legalize and getting things regulated, like flavors and certain preservatives, like you were saying, like, I think, what is it, red dye number 9 or red dye number 7 or something like that, that was linked to hyperactivity and autism and all those other things that you were saying. Like, a lot of things like that have been regulated and changed like that. As a Spanish man, I know I get a lot of flack for anything that's Goya products. Goya got a big stand against it. A bunch of Latinos. I was like, we're not about to do this, bro. We're not about to have this. And y'all putting in this and y'all putting in the ingredients that you say doesn't do this. And it's no, that's not cool.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, I'm gonna turn to like four more videos, and then we're gonna come back and chop it up.
Bet.
It's legal or illegal. It's where you're being tricked. You're buying something that's not what you think it is.
The worst offenders can include seafood, meat, dairy, honey, alcohol, spices.
The fraud happens more with more expensive foods. totally makes sense, right? There's a higher margin.
Take your extra virgin olive oil as an example. Fraud usually occurs here when a cheaper oil is added to the more expensive oil, and the label still reads 100% extra virgin olive oil. That's food fraud.
Olive oil has been adulterated for thousands of years because it is of high value and it is sought out.
They might flavor it with beta carotene and maybe color it with a little chlorophyll to make it a little more green. And so then you've got a lower quality, cheaper oil.
So both of these olive oils I got at the grocery store, and both of them are the store brand, but one cost way more than the other. This one had a label of 100% Mediterranean blend of extra virgin olive oils I got at the grocery store, and both of them are the store brand, but one cost way more than the other. This one had a label of 100% Mediterranean blend of extra virgin olive oil. So the olives were sourced from a bunch of different European countries, and it said it was packed in Italy, and there was no expiration date. And when I purchased this one was a 100% California extra virgin olive oil. First pressed, cold pressed, unfiltered, no artificial colors, preservatives, or flavors. And this one had an expiration date. It said that these olives were harvested in October, November 2022, and that it would be good on your shelf until August 2024. And it was much more expensive. It's roughly twice as much as this olive oil. And this one had way more information about where this olive oil came from.
Now let's look at the spice market as another one that's vulnerable to fraud. Think of an expensive spice, like saffron. This tiny amount cost me $20 at the store. Saffron can be bulked up with some other material like plant stems and sold as the same, according to the FDA.
Popular spices like basil and chili powder from a range of different brands. Popular spices like basil and chili powder from a range of different brands.
Anything that's kind of colored orange, brown, and ground up can be passed off as turmeric.
It's the ultimate bait and switch.
And then there's fish. The FDA says seafood fraud can occur when a less expensive species of fish is substituted for a more expensive species. After all, it's kind of hard to know what fish you're buying, right?
If you're an experienced chef or fishmonger, you can look at like a red snapper fillet and tell whether it's red snapper, but 99% of consumers can't. You know, most of the fish we eat is white fish. Every fillet looks pretty much the same, which is why there's so much substitution. The FDA is mandated by law to inspect 2% of the imported seafood, which is, I think, a very, very low bar.
In fact, the U.S. imports as much as 85% of its fish.
But federal fisheries enforcement is serious business. Agents from NOAA and U.S. Customs tear open a container filled with frozen fish. From Thailand. They're looking for fraud.
First, it's important to understand the matrix that food fraud lives in. There's intentional and unintentional types of food risk. Unintentional risks include food safety and quality, like accidental foodborne illnesses.
CDC estimates about 50 million people a year contract a foodborne illness. Only 20%, 1 in 5 of those can be identified. So there's 40 million people a year getting sick from something they ate that we don't know what it is. And a good guess would be that fraud has something to do with that.
Then there's intentional. That's where food fraud is alongside food defense. The difference is fraud is motivated by economic gain and defense is motivated by harm.
If you have a ton of coffee and you can turn that into 1.2 tons by adding some cheap filler to it, you've just increased your profits by 20%. And a lot of these products pass through a lot of hands. They go from small growers to big trucks to tankers.
Yeah, man, it's a big industry that I don't know if they could really regulate it like that. I don't know, man. You would think that the government would have, the people's right state of health, right state of mind, and healthy people. They want healthy citizens. I don't know, man. It's just a crazy This whole thing is just crazy about our food chain prices.
You know what it is? You know what it is, bro? I think it's hearing your thoughts on it. I think it's scarier to look at it on paper. When someone looks at it on paper, they go, God, that's a terrifying way to go ahead and go do it. But there's also people out there, and there's also other, I don't want to say administrators, but there's also people also in charge of like health conscious things and what not to eat and what to eat, and people who should know what you actually put in your body. So a little bit, I can place blame, you know, on FDA regulations, but a lot of it has to go with, well, how many times have you heard that your grandparents ate some of the things that you're eating now? How many times did you hear that that was being cooked a lot of those people the times before that? How many times when you go back anywhere, that wherever you from or whatever country you go to, that you're like, damn, they do things like the right way here. This is the way to go. Like, that's because they're living and only eating for what they know and what's good for them. Like it's a powerful thing. When you know more of the power of self, you know. So I can't place blame on just because there's some dudes like it said 2% is fucking insane. Excuse me. That's insane. That's scary to think about. But then you look at how gigantic the market is and how gigantic the companies are and things that go on like that. That's why I was like, it's easy, bro, to just pass a test the one day they test it. It's easy, bro, to go ahead and get past when it's like that. That's the good thing. But
you're not being
with some of those things going on, we should be a little more conscious to know, well, if that's the case, then maybe let me question what I'm putting inside of my body. Maybe let me think about, yo, hold up. Let me see what this actually is. Let me learn about the things that I'm eating. Let me go ahead and consume only what I need and not the things that I want.
But then when you look at that, but like what you said, and the key point was I liked about what you said was when you go to other people's countries, or when you go to when you go to these countries where a lot of people is coming over here, and I'm talking about Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, these that still have farmlands and still have agriculture, and they could go down the block to Pedro, who got chickens right there on the corner. He know that he raised the chicken himself, and he's not, even though his chicken coop may not be, the cleanest.
Yeah.
But you know that his chickens is fresh. You know his chickens is well taken care of, and he's trying to do his best with what he has, but he's selling it quick. You know, so it's like the rotation of the food is always there in these countries where you're getting fresh things, and that's why when a lot of foreigners such as people from Guyana, people from the West Indies, people from Dominican Republic, they go to the poultry place to get their chicken. They don't go to the corner store to get it. They don't get the Purdue chicken. They go get, and they eat the whole chicken. They cook up the feet, they cook up the necks and all of that. You know what I mean? And to be busting either way, you don't know what you eat over there, but you eat some good food, and you know that it's a little bit more healthier than you would think. It's a little bit more healthier than what the Americans is eating from microwave food, from the food.
It also goes into what we've been programmed from taste bud wise too. I know we get made fun of a lot because it's we like a lot of things sweeter than other places, so they add sugar, or they make things where it's a sweeter sauce than anything else. They'll add sugar to something in order for it to be more American on that side. So I can understand what you mean. But that again comes from learning and knowing what you put in your body. There's places over here we can go, down the coast. We can find some things that that's people know the exact same thing. We go in the middle of over here in America, we find some place that's like that too. And you find little places where it goes back to the free range things and the free living and all these things where it's hard as hell to sell anything because America doesn't want to consume things like that. Then it gets jacked up on the prices. So they went, if people are willing to pay that, so then whatever chicken we giving out there, we'll just double the price on the chicken we giving out there, and it just makes it easy on our pocket.
Mm-hmm. And then when you go to these supermarkets nowadays, you see a lot of seasoned meat that you normally before they didn't really season their meat, have seasoned meat inside the poultry section or even inside the beef and the pork
A
section.
lot
You
of
know what I mean?
flash frozen things too.
And with the seasoned meat is the meat, and this is what I seen a special on. This was years ago, that the seasoned meat that they would put in there would be the meat that's about to go bad. Like the sell date goes bad. Like now they season the meat up, so you don't know what the meat looks. Go ahead,
I
bro.
swear to you, that is the legit reason. Anytime some place comes out with we got a sauced out chicken, we got a sauced out patty. I'm like, nope, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. If it ain't come out like that, it ain't start off like that. No, this is added on from. No. I'm okay. You could keep your stuff over there. I'll be all right with that one. I'm 100% the same way on that one too. But that circles again knowledge itself of knowing what you're gonna go ahead and put in your body.
Yeah, but see, like it could be enticing for people, and I'm not saying me myself, but people that work a long 10-hour shift, 12-hour shift, that got kids at home and when it comes, I don't want to season the meat. I don't want to have to wash the meat. The meat is already pre-washed, but you're supposed to wash every meat that you get from the store. You know what I mean? But now it's seasoned. You're not going home and wash that meat again. So now you're going to process that meat. So whatever bacteria that has on it, you fucked up in the game. Excuse my language. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. And it's just harsh, because you try to do best for your family. You think you're doing best for your family. At the end of the day, you're killing them a slow death. You know what I mean? And that goes for anything that we take. You know what I mean? If I'm breathing the air, is the same thing too. But like I said, we just talking about the food at the moment and how it reacts to our body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the same way you argue that one to be like, I wish there was more regulation. Excuse me. Someone argued about this in the beginning because I remember being in school and I remember the switch when it went from like the same time when McDonald's stopped selling supersize. It was the same time that got phased out where it was like, no, we got to put a limit on how much gluttony there is out there, how much sugar we putting out there to go ahead and toss out into the open. So the same way you argued for that, there's been regulations for this to go ahead and try to go that way.
Yeah.
But it's a losing battle when you brought up there where it's like companies come together and they just be like, all right, we're just gonna make something else, fill it, and then be good. We're gonna send that out into the masses. So it's I'm all for more regulations, but I really don't, to finish it off, like I really don't know what to do with all of it. Like, because it's I'm always split every time something new comes up. It always goes, oh, did you hear that? This stuff is bad and this stuff is bad and that stuff. I mean, I should have also learned to go ahead and be like, all right, that stuff's not good. That stuff's not there. That's not that. That's why I always respect our Muslim brothers or people who don't indulge in pork products, because I'm always in there and questioning stuff like, all right, wait a minute. How come you don't eat this? Oh, because of this and this. And I'll be like, what's the word? And I didn't know. Oh, that's a rendering. That's a pork rendering. Go ahead and go be in there. That's usually in a cream or in any gelatin and stuff like that. That's why people got to be. So I'm like, oh, how did I know? I didn't know that. I didn't know any of that. I learned that from gummy bears. I ain't know some of them can't eat gummy bears. They got to be kosher. They got. I bet. Now I understand.
Fact. And like you said, like these guys do have discipline and they do educate themselves because they care about themselves. And I mean, and I'm not saying that we don't care about ourselves, but it takes a proper dedication and discipline of an individual to really look doing what they eat and then being like, what, enough is enough. You know what I mean? And because like I know all day I go to Wawa and I drink coffee. You know what I mean? And I go for the white sugar. This brown sugar right there that I know is natural raw sugar that I should be taking, and it don't taste no different. But you're so inclined to go for that tube and just like, you good to go.
Absolutely.
So you have to keyword that you said was train yourself. You have to
self-discipline too, man. Learn knowledge yourself, go ahead and be able to know, like, all right, this would be a better step to go ahead and go there. And this is coming from someone like you said too. I'm not the thinnest out of anybody. I am not the healthiest out of anybody. I enjoy Monster energy drinks. I drink them once a day. I am the king. I am the king, bro.
Months then I thought you.
Bro, it was like I done had this argument with people. You know what it can do for your health and this and that and all that. I'm with you to debate it. I'm with you to go ahead and go talk about it. I'm with you. So don't take any help. But what I'm telling you is I understand what I'm putting in. I understand the consequences of the things of that. So when you putting that burger down your gullet and you going ahead and eating your Wendy's or your McDonald's, you need to go ahead and be like, when I come to you and I'm like, yo, you know what you're putting in your body, you better be like, I understand the consequences of what's going to come from this. I understand me not making that choice to go ahead and go there. But, you know, it's tough too, because you brought it up. It's easy. It's enticing to go ahead and why am I spending this much money to do that much work for this much product when I could spend less money and then get a whole setup that'll feed 1,000.
Yeah. For instance, the 10 cents ices that you get a big box for like $1.99, $2.99. That's easy to pop in your freezer and to take out and you know, eat it on a hot day type of thing. Keep yourself cool. You got some juice, you got some sugar. You know, and you're not understanding the intake that you're taking.
When you get go do that, you buy them $1 a piece every single day you outside. Like, don't worry about it. I bought that. I'm good there. I'm like that.
Yeah, you know, so it's crazy, and we just gotta watch our intake. I mean, we want to be healthy for our families. We want to be here for our kids. You know what I mean? For our grands and whatever when that time do come. But it's just like, you know, we just have to watch what we intake, watch how we spending our money, and just because it says organic doesn't mean that it's better for you. You know, you just have to watch them words and the prices, man. And regardless of who's in office and where's in office, I think the prices are going to be something similar to each other either way. And it comes down to, you know, they already adjusted the prices already. So they already say that the consumers already adjusted to the prices. So why go back down to $3.99 when they was already paying $4.50? You understand? So it's crazy that, you know, they set the standards to a minimum already, and we just don't even know if we're not paying attention to it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I'll never understand. Like, I've always missed it when I was younger to understand, like, how much prices will change and the influx of things to go ahead and go be there. Now, as an adult, you go inside. Like, it freaked me out the other day. I went to go get a gallon of milk, and it was like, oh, yeah, that's $6. I was like, excuse me?
Wow.
Where?
Wow.
And what? And I don't. Hold on. This gallon of milk right here. Oh, no, don't worry about it. How I go get some eggs? Oh, yeah, that's $6 a dozen.
Yeah.
All right, how much are these free range chicken joints? They're the same exact price. So I'm regardless. It's just the same thing there. Bro, it sucks.
And we heard our parents talk about it too, you know, about the bag of chips, about the little snacks, you know. I remember the snack was 20 with 10 cents and now with 25 cents, you know. And this is the time when I was a kid, but now I'm saying 25 cents now was $1. You know what I mean? Like Doritos, you'd be lucky if you find a 50-cent pack or $1 pack of Doritos. You know what I mean? So it's just so sickening, bro. And Doritos ain't good for us anyway, talking about Doritos. You know what I mean? You burn that shit. You don't know what you burning. Stop playing.
Don't be coming for my snacks, bro. I'm going to start getting offended, man.
You know what I mean? And the red stuff, that red and the orange tangy color, the Cheez-Its and all that Cheez-It, but the curly chips, you know, the lion dude, the Frito guy, you know, Cheetos, yeah. You know, like, all that shit is no good for our insides, man. Like the fire, the Takis and all of that fire.
Yeah, that was a whole nother thing. That one took off something serious.
Yeah, man. And my daughter eat Taki. I used to buy the Taki for my daughter like every fucking day. Hey, Taki, yeah, you like them? You know,
nephew was the same way, bro. Like I was like, oh, bro, you gotta chill, man. You gotta watch out. But you bringing up the prices. That's when I knew I was like, I'm definitely getting old. When I was at the store, I was like, yeah, let me get these. Wait a minute, what does that say on there? That says 50 cents. Hold up. These right here, these are a quarter, so these are 50 cents, like right here for the pack, right? I get no, we don't even do that. No, I don't even in there. No. Other day went to go get a chocolate bar. It was like $1.75. I was like, oh man, I'm done. I don't want nothing no more.
Listen, let me tell you, man. I got one of the best girls that that I could ever find in the world, bro. Like I could go like I was never a nacho tortilla guy, man. Never. I have Mexican friends that make salsa, and I'm like, I don't like salsa whatsoever. But my girl makes some salsa now, bro, and I'm quick to go get a big bag of tortillas. Baby, here's some peppers, here's some things. Do your thing, and she doing her thing. And I'll dip that shit all day. You got that shit for a whole week, bro. You know what I mean? And the big bag of chips lasts you a whole week. And it's fulfilling. And it's nothing heavy. It's nothing. Oh, you may be taking a lot of intake, maybe the salt. You know what I mean? Yeah. Besides that, you're getting the peppers, which is good for your body. You're getting the onions. You're getting all this stuff that's going to detox your body and diffuse certain things, inflammatories and all that. So it's good. So it's like, your taste buds changes as you get older. Your intake, like your intake, you don't take as much, the garbage stuff that you used to take, and you're just looking for the right things to do, and it's just crazy, just crazy, man. If you ain't growing your own food, you ain't growing, or you ain't getting it from the local people that it's kind of wary and kind of suspect of the food that we taking it.
Yeah.
Before you
nature people on there now, they coming through. You see all the benefits from them, and you're like, oh, wait a minute now. Maybe they was onto something.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna switch subjects real quick. We're gonna go talk about the immigrants and the money that these guys is getting, or the funds that just they trying to put aside for these immigration coming to different states. I mainly focus on New York at the moment, but this is going on in several states where Democrats, basically, and I'm not meaning those Democrats. I'm a Democrat myself, but usually the Democratic states is being heavy pushed with immigrants, and they're taking them in because they feel they should be taking care of, everybody. Everybody should be taken care of, and everybody should have the opportunity to live the American dream. So I'm gonna throw a clip on there. Hopefully, by the time the clip goes, Jack be off the Atlanta public transportation, he could throw in his 2 cents in with this stuff too.
New $50 million program to hand out prepaid debit cards to migrant families.
We need to dispel the rumor that we gave American Express cards to everyone.
Adams insisting the prepaid cards would curb the cost of inefficient food distribution that has led to expensive food waste, potentially saving taxpayers roughly $7 million a year. Adding the cards can only be used for food and baby supplies, with a limit of up to $1,000 per month for a family of 4.
If this is successful, we're going to expand it even more.
The pilot program drawing immediate criticism, including from rapper 50 Cent, who went on to social media to vent his frustration, writing, "Maybe Trump is the answer."
I told 50 Cent to hit me up. I would love to explain it to him.
And over the weekend, Texas Governor Greg Abbott joining the choir of criticism while on Fox News. Greg Abbott joining the choir of criticism while on Fox News, calling the program insanity.
It may be the most reprehensible thing that I've seen take place over the past 48 hours.
It's the latest effort by New York City officials to deal with the ongoing migrant surge. More than 173,000 migrants and asylum seekers have arrived in New York City since the spring of 2022. Both the New York Democratic governor and the mayor have been pleading for federal support, insisting the city is at a breaking point.
This has hurt us, and where the White House needs to make adjustments.
The move as the search continues for migrants who were caught on camera attacking 2 New York City police officers last month. 7 suspects were arrested and 6 of those were released without bond. Police say they believe at least 6 more people were involved.
Get them all and send them back. You don't touch our police officers.
Governor Kathy Hochul now publicly challenging Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg, saying she believes
That got nothing to do with the show, but yeah. It's just crazy. There's a lot of families that in dire need of money, dire need of food, dire need of supplies for their kids because they're just about to start school. And they're not getting no handouts of that nature. I mean, it's just ridiculous that it's so crazy that all this money is being altercated in all other places where it could have been benefit the citizens that was here already. It could have benefit the country already. You know what I mean? As far as and I'm talking about the money that go into the wars as well. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of money that they have that they claim that they don't have, or they couldn't do nothing for the citizens there, and it's just being dished out now, and it's crazy. Another crazy situation.
I don't. There's a different way I'm doing this. Every time I've heard this argument, I've heard this brought up, I've heard this talked about, everybody always has a complaint about it. My thing is always, okay, so what would be your solution? Everybody knows this is a sanctuary city. These are things that are offered to asylum seekers, and we're actually allowed to go ahead and let them stay here, whatever the case may be, however that works out. So since we have a gigantic influx because of other places letting in migrants and sending them away and sending them to us, a part of the issue, to our places like us, and they have open arms to go ahead and go do that. There's never any answer for it. We can't do anything, and what we're going to do, keep sending them up north or keep kicking them out and keep doing any of that? There's never an answer to go ahead and go from there. So I've yet to find one. If anybody can bring one to me, I would gladly hear it and gladly talk about it. Secondly, you also know how my brain works. You also know that I'm always in there some way with how we're doing some conspiracy to go ahead and go be in there. So my brain is going off that goes, all right, cool. If this is how they're going to do it, and we're not legally going to go ahead and obtain any of these people's information, this is the best way. You sign up for a card, you get all of your information taken down, you get all of your information saved in the database. So now we have pictures of you, we have your records, we have whatever it is that we can get in order for you to get this card for money to go ahead. And now we can also track you as you use this in places to go ahead. And whenever something happens, the case may be, we can use that for our knowledge and go ahead and do it. We also forget that our anti-terrorist task force is A1. So there has to be some way, somehow, where this is being used to monitor some of those thousands. What is it? They said 173 since 22. So this has to go ahead and knock some of that number off where they go, all right, we don't know any of these people. Yes, we do. We have them in the system. We run them out. This is how we go ahead and keep some of those tabs. Where it comes from, where that money can be allocated, bro, if you're mad about that and where that money's coming from there, let me go ahead and don't even look into the war and how much money we're sending overseas. That doesn't make any sense. So that's just a drop in a bucket compared to what they're doing there. Because if you think about it, $1,000, if that's $1,000 for 173,000 migrants, that's still barely $200,000 that we spent on there. If you mad over $200,000 that have been allocated somewhere else, you should be furious about the billions that's getting transferred over there from that.
Facts. That's facts. What about Uncle Jack? Glad you could join the stationary, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I apologize for all the, transgressions. I went out and played ball for like 4 hours and ran out of time. But I want to touch two topics that I heard before I had, the mic down. Pause. That food thing, the inflation.
Yeah.
Some of that has to do with, because, it's different companies and everything. Some of that has to do with the simplest way I could put it in New York or drug dealer terms, they cutting the product. Number one, they just cutting the product for more bread, making that flour stretch. They stretching the flour. and they get more profit, and this, that, and the third. As far as y'all was saying something about what was it, office? Who we need in office? We need Trump in office, man. I said it. We do. I've been saying that shit.
Not really who we need in office.
We didn't say that, but
we're more of what would be the administration that would be like, what would you, if you don't want the Food and Drug Administration being in there, if you would want to separate it, what would be the administration to go ahead and go from there? Because it'll still be, if you still look at the numbers like he brought up, if it's only 2% of a gigantic fish market, what else is getting just half and moved down the resources from there?
Yeah, y'all people think y'all eating with that fish joint, y'all be eating sway and tilapia, thinking y'all getting the $100 fish that you pick. Nope, you getting tilapia and you getting sway fish or swai, however you want to pronounce it.
That's
swai fish. The swai fish for 2 pounds is like $11. And if you want cod or something like that, 2 pounds of it is like maybe $18, $19, $20. Then you got your even more expensive fish. And if it's white, they just throw here, take this damn swai fish. They caught them already. They've been catching them. People are really taking this stuff to the I guess not to chemists or whoever does it, and they're finding out like, hey, the DNA in this is not from a rainbow trout. It is from a swai fish.
I've definitely seen that. I've definitely seen that a bunch too. Where you test out, they go, oh, let's see what this is. If this is A1 on there, and you find out, no, that's actually not. That's below standards on there. That's not. I've seen it in salmon, tuna, big high-end fish, that stuff like that. It's like, no, you getting low-grade stuff. You don't even know.
And then they don't even have to make sure it's clean. Sorry.
So the question is too, like, so this is the restaurant. I mean, these are the grocery stores. These are the stores that sell food to us, right? But what about the Chinese restaurant? You know what I mean? That, there's hood stories of them chopping up cats and all of that. And then you taste it in general tour, so you don't know what type of chicken.
Cats on the planet to see how many people in the 90s ate chicken wings and French fries. It's impossible. You lived through the era. Everybody ate them. There's not enough cats. I'm sorry. That's always my argument. It doesn't, even if you want to convince me, that doesn't even, you're not telling me there's enough rats, there's not enough cats. Do you know how many times you went in there and it was like, let me get chicken wings and French fries in there? They had like 1,000 orders already, had to go ahead and go be there every day. Come on, bro.
That's just wings, though.
That's just nobody was eating the General Tso's chicken and anything else on there. That became later on. That's when everybody was like, all right, let me not eat that to go ahead and go be there.
That beef froze, that beef that's inside the beef fried rice, that's not really beef. That pork fried rice, what is that? That's that really pork? What are you really eating? We got so accustomed to the taste of the food, the MSG, that whatever they put in there, it's just gonna be like, they can put tofu in there. They can put tofu in there, you're gonna eat it. You're gonna be like, oh, that's pork. That's pork.
As a person who got kind of tricked into trying a different type of food, assuming it was chicken. Yeah, I'm telling you, you gonna know if you eating something funky, dog. There ain't no covering to go ahead and go be in there. I had gator nuggets on the side and was like,
I was gonna say, don't eat down. Don't come down here eating stuff.
That don't.
You be eating some raccoon,
squirrel. That don't taste like chicken. It's on it. It's like 85% there, but that little 50% gaminess in there, bro. Come on, let's the benefit of the doubt, bro. There's nothing on there. You know what's funny? Anytime I've seen some of them terrible videos where they'll show like the body or they'll show carcass on there, it's never like a Chinese restaurant from the hood. It'd be like somebody that's selling like Peking ducks in the front, and they cut up whole lambs and they go ahead and go do that. That's always what some of those things are going from there. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna go into it and we see that, I've seen more rat and roach videos off of the what do you call it? The top 5 fast food chains more than I've seen a video from the Chinese restaurant, dog. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I done seen going ahead. There's a whole bunch of videos I could pull up over there, from Popeyes to McDonald's to going ahead, anything with a drive-through. Come on, dogs.
Hey, I just want Harlem to know, Jimmy Young's Chinese restaurant has nothing to do with none of that bullshit. Located on 114th and Madison Avenue. It's probably closed down now because I think dude sold it. But we don't eat that over there.
No more. Neighbor was mad.
I'll be honest, I don't know if that's what it's called anymore, but I know it's still there because I ride by it.
All right. Yeah, it's probably something different because I heard he sold it. It's probably still a Chinese restaurant.
It definitely is. I hold you to that. That whole strip, everything it done came and gone besides the supermarket and the Chinese restaurant, and that's it. Like everything else is just gone. Everything else has been there, left, everything is just dilapidated. It's man funny. It's a butt-ass supermarket. You'd be like, oh, nice. Space. Chinese restaurant. Then it's nothing on the side of the parking lot.
Wow. So the kids don't. Oh, the kids go to school across the street now. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Now back to the Rat Galmain.
You don't even. You know what? I'm gonna make fun of you. You're not even over here to eat the Chinese food. Probably the Chinese food you eating down there is probably one of those raccoon fried rices. But we ain't going ahead and doing that, bro. We good on the side.
I don't eat no Chinese food.
Shit.
Exactly. You in Jersey, you right over the bridge, bro. That don't count. You don't. No. You good? No. It's this guy down here who want to come in and talk about Chinese restaurants.
They put mad soy sauce in this shit over here, boys. You know what I mean? I'm good.
I put mad soy sauce over. I remember one time I heard a little meow, but I kept going. That shit was good.
I'm gonna leave. I'm done. I'm done with this blasphemy on my Chinese food.
Yo, to keep it 100, I don't believe none of that shit. It just sounds funny. I don't believe they doing that.
I've had this talk. I'll be honest with you. I love you guys. That's why I love joking around and going to. Then I've calmed it down and been like, yo, bro, do you honestly believe out of all the times you've had Chinese food, all the times, you mean to tell me that you really believe that's what you're eating, bro? You eating something else other than chicken, my nigga? I'd be like, yo, bro, come on, my nigga. Like, have you not looked in the back and went, all right, let me look inside when they cooking to go ahead and go do that and be there? Come on, bro. I know you see the breast. I know you see the thighs. I know you see something going on from there. I know you never see no giant animal. They coming out through the back like, all right, let me bring this over here. Chop right here.
I don't know what the General Tso is, and I don't like the taste of it. I take the egg foo young. I take everything else, but that General Tso don't give me none of it.
I still eat that shit. I think I probably had that shit last week with pepper steak.
I understand it because that goes into what we discussed in the beginning with saucy chicken. I need to see what's in there. I don't trust what you're going ahead and being in there. Don't cover none of that chicken up. I need to see the color. I need to see the temperature. I need to see all of that on there.
But let's be honest, chicken nuggets is filled up, filled up meat. You know what I mean? So it's like
you said chicken nuggets?
Yeah, chicken nuggets. You know what I mean?
You gotta read the fucking ingredients. You gotta read the ingredients.
Chicken nuggets, you know what I mean? Like you get 100% chicken breast nuggets, you know what I mean? But besides that, a lot of chicken nuggets that we eat, that we intake we give to our kids, is not real. You know what I mean?
My argument goes a little bit leaner towards whatever's the preservatives or whatever they're using as fillings for the casings, because for me it's I'm like, I love no funny. I like hot dogs. I like sausages. I eat all of those during fucking cookouts and all this other shit, that fairs and shit that come on from there. I'm with all of that. Breakfast sausage, bro. Bro, come on now. Like I also eat Spam. And that's those are things that are just like, well, bro, do you know how much is? I don't. But I'll argue over whatever the filling is or the preservative that I have over a lot of the things that's out there as it is too. So I don't know how I feel about when I have this actual talk on there. It's not like the Chinese food spot. Respect on my business.
I love my Chinese food spot.
I also think it's the brand too. You know what I mean? Certain brands are a little bit more worthy than other brands. You know what I mean? With the hot dogs.
You absolutely right.
Because some of the shit says 100% white meat chicken. The other shit says partially separated and brown, from the thigh meat. And, when you take that bite, you see that shit ain't pause, white.
You are 150% right.
Yeah, you got to read them ingredients, man, because we don't eat processed food over here no more. We ain't doing
I'm
that
glad
shit.
what you said. You see what I'm saying? That goes into knowledge of self and the discipline you go ahead and put into take. All right, let me look at that label. Let me question some of the things that's on there. Yo, can you pronounce this word? Nah, I can't pronounce it either. You know what? Let me
I don't
Google
need
it.
it.
Let me Google it. What's on there? To go ahead or leave it alone, bro. That's one of the two things. I do it to go ahead and be like, let me see what's there. Oh hell no! Let me go ahead and go. Nah, I'm good from there. I'm not gonna go and be there. But sometimes you might overreact on something you don't know. But 9 times out of 10, I've found some things again, like I brought up with the people who don't indulge in pork products. 9 times out of 10, I'm 100% wrong because I see all the things that I know and I'm like, all right, I'm good. And that 1% I don't, they be like, yo, that's pork. Yo, that's where this. Yo, that's where that's processed. Yo, that's the preservative. Yo, that's the thing right there. That's good. And not all of that in high dosage is good for you.
Right. And they say about the dyes, the yellow 5s and the red 40s, and that shit, that shit go to your affect your brain.
That's exactly what I was saying before. So that's why when Doc brought it up earlier, he was like, I wish it was a little stricter on the rules and a lot of the stuff that came on here. And I was like, we can, but it's hard because they have some cases now where it goes, all right, we're taking out some of this dye. We're taking out some of these preservatives. We're taking out some of these things that were super duper hazardous. That's why when you eat some of these old candies or you eat some of these old things, and you be like, damn, this tastes kind of different. I was like, yeah, that little percentage of poison that was going in your body, yeah, that's the stuff they took out to make sure that don't happen no more. Why you think some of these things are, yeah, it's not good for you, bro, but they've won some battles to go ahead and be there. And the delay of shit, like I was saying earlier, when like I always correlate everything when the supersize went out. When you couldn't supersize nothing, that's when everything was like, all right, we're gonna start taxing and cutting down from there down. And now we went from that to having nothing. Barely a medium is on the list to be like, all right, we're not gonna go that far. We're gonna be good with that.
And then that makes the group who is trying to keep us from being obese, you know what I mean? And like you said, it did started now with that super size with fast food, and then everybody decided, you know, let me trickle down on the content or the servings because I'm giving a little bit too much for one serving. You know what I mean? It should be a little because all of these content that's inside of it is unhealthy. But yeah, man, it just. I don't know.
I give it up, man. The knowledge is out there. That's what it is too. That's the good part about this and what we have now. It's easy to talk with your homies and go ahead and go be like, yeah, I kind of know what I know. And now I can have things that back up what I'm saying, and you can see like high dosages, this is that. We can substitute this. The people from over here do something different. We can use that and substitute it over here and be good off that. So we can always learn and try to be better, man.
Facts. Yeah, man.
Hold on.
And then Uncle Jackie?
I mean, I might be going a little off course, but I want that FDA bullshit. That shit should be separate like a motherfucker. Like, why would you put the food with the drugs? Like, that makes no sense.
It's everything that goes into your body.
It's human consumption, yeah, but one is for nutrition, the other one is not for shit, not for that.
You absolutely right, but it boils down to what can kill you and what can't.
Yeah, you're right. Shit, everything can kill
everything
you.
Goes
They
into
put this stuff.
So when you look at everything and you break everything down from drugs and food, and it's about what the compounds are that go into your body. So that's just pretty much what it is. On a scientific level, it goes, we know this stuff is inside chicken. We know this stuff is inside aspirin. We know at the end of the day, it still boils down to these chemicals and these compounds and these are there. So we gotta regulate if chicken has this amount and that has that amount. They both can't live in the same brand where somebody can overdose on something. You know what I mean?
Right. But shit, even with the food part, they allow certain amounts of like bullshit, as in rats crap, and roach eggs.
Did you hear there was a whole thing where it was like how many bugs and pieces and things come in peanut butter and all this other, and people were like freaking the fuck out and going ahead. And I was like, wait a minute. You've been eating this stuff regardless. You've been eating this stuff regardless. Let me be honest with you. Has it affected you at all? No. So don't blame that you just found out the information now, because this information has been public. It's just not anybody made us think about it till they went, wait a minute, what was that in the book? What it says over there? How many spiders and bugs going where? What goes on here from there? Oh, wait a minute. Then the drug side comes from, oh, wait, what was legalized over here? How did you legalize this medicine for that? Then it overdosed for this, and then you changed it up for over here. How did it go over there? It's a whole big finagle of things that go on for that.
Yeah, it's a lot of game being ran, but as long as that, they don't really care. As long as that bottom line is met, and you don't have the masses complaining, or there's no mass sickness, or epidemic of sickness. So they're going to keep doing it. You're going to keep getting little fly wings. We're going to keep getting roach legs. We're going to keep getting little bits and pieces of bullshit. So it's like either accept it or go buy the shit naturally.
I also think it was a tool. It's a tool to be used to how you regulate what can be out there in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a product that it was like, well, we can make some money off of that. We can go ahead and let it go ahead and flow off and go ahead and go do something. And then that's why we see recalls and things that go ahead and go from there. And then we see things that's like, well, we have a medicine that's been pending to cure AIDS for like 700 years now. We've been waiting. This one herb that we don't regulate here because of, I don't know, an old pamphlet that we learned from. We see the benefits of some of the drugs and some of the psychedelics that we can have for medication wise. And it's like, nah, because we can't benefit anything over that. We're not going to let that and deschedule things and move things over from there.
Right.
And that's usually what my big gripe is when it comes into that, is always some things are legalized where it goes, well, if you eat like a certain amount of ice cream compared to the certain amount of fucking cereal you got in there, just be there. But if you eat this amount of drugs here or something that's beneficial, it'll kill you. It's the levels of things that's confusing to me, man. Oh, people labelize the comments, my guys. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Knowledge of self, though. That'll be my closing arguments for that one.
Shit, if you can't pronounce something, don't. You know what got me on this shit? Breyers ice cream. Look at their ingredients. That's what made me look at everything I decide that I'm going to eat. I have to see what the fuck is in it. Because, like, they had the little kids reading the shit, and she was like, polysorbate 80. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is polysorbate 80? And then you got the other one, they read the Breyers, milk, cream, sugar, blah.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Yeah, we going to look at, I don't, like I said, I don't eat, there's no processed food allowed in my house. I haven't had a pause. Beef patty and cheese in months. I haven't had a Hot Pocket. I don't eat that shit no more. I mean, maybe once in a while, but I'm not sitting here. We already don't know what's in it now. It's not even real food. Like, it's real food, but it's processed. This shit is processed.
But you would think about it, you can make that shit yourself and be comfortable with what's inside of it. You know what I mean? You can make a spicy beef patty. It may not taste like how normal beef. You're going to taste it more ground beef.
You can YouTube that shit, bro. You can YouTube it. It's a Jamaican showing you how to make the whole beef patty from yard.
It's a different world now. That's why, again, what I had said before, like, we live in a time now where it's like there's really not much of an excuse for you to tell me you didn't know what you was putting in your body, bro. You're not gonna sit here and tell me, oh, I didn't know that this has that. I didn't know that what? You didn't know how easy it was to also do this and do that and go ahead and learn how to do this and do that. Come on, man.
People are lazy. We live in the laziest country in the world.
That's a part of it too, man. That's why it makes it easy for people not to care about whatever you put into your body.
Because all they care about is what kind of body do they want. Fuck what you put in it. What kind of body do I want? Do I want a penis? Do I want a vagina? Do I want to BBL? Like, nobody don't care what they putting in their body. That's why they injecting shit in their asses.
Well, I have to pay for it. Like, I don't have to work out for it. I don't have to sit down for 10 hours. I don't have to crouch for 8 hours. I don't have to do this for 4 days. I don't have to do this for 3 days. I could go buy it. You understand? I could save money up, trick, and go buy it. You understand? So it's convenience, bro. Everything is so convenient for Americans. It's just ridiculous, man.
We doing everything the fucking easy way. That's why you got women that'll sit there 300 pounds talking about I'm an 8. 8 how? How? Where did you get that from? Where did you get that number? Who the fuck lied to you? Who lied to you? You sat there, you go to work, you go home. This is what fat women do. And fat niggas too. They go to work, they go home, and they lay down. And then they get up and go to work, and then go home, eat, lay down. Get up, go to work, go home, eat, lay down. That is their fucking schedule. And when they go out, when their schedule is changed, what are they going to do? To fucking eat at a restaurant.
That's hilarious.
Fucking late, bro. Ever since I moved down here and I start going here and here and here and here and here, people are lazy as fuck. People are like I used to sit there like, oh, I'm bored. I'm going to Tennessee and get me some hot chicken. I'm going to go out and drive for 4 hours to this restaurant. I'm going to do something. I'm not going to sit here every day. Man, we from New York. We don't be in the house. We do 12 hours. We still going to sit on that stoop for an hour or two, chopping it up, maybe drink a beer, have a blunt with the homies, and then we all going to fuck home to our families. That shit don't fly down here, bro. I got to go home and get to my bed. What's in there? Ain't even another person there. It's not even another person there. Like, stop being lazy. Stop being lazy. Everybody thinks everything is supposed to come to them easily.
That's what made it easy for all this shit to change, man, and all that shit to take over was because people didn't care. They were so lazy not to do their due diligence to understand what they was doing. You know,
that's why they got asses that look like crazy. You ain't do your due diligence. You ain't sit there and see, look, if the wrong silicone goes in my ass, it's gonna droop really bad and maybe leak. Nope, you just heard $500. You like, oh, I can afford that. I don't have to work out. Let me stuff my ass with silicone, whatever they put in there, fat from another part of my body. Like, you ain't like, that's why I try not to converse with too many people that don't know, or, you know, they only think about what they've seen. Like, no, what you've seen means shit.
Shorty really got the rock booty.
Oh. But yeah, man, we are so fucking lazy. Everything has to be done the easy way. And we're weak, mentally weak. You know how many people need pets at the airport? They didn't have no pets at the airport in the 80s, in the 90s. Your pet went in the goddamn back of the plane. They got checked in. Now these people, oh my God, my anxiety is bad. I need my dog with me every single place I go. You fucking 35-year-old man, woman, what the fuck are you doing? That's for children. That's something for children. That's not for you. Your anxiety ain't that bad. You just want an excuse to fucking do what you want. It's time to start shaming and cracking down on the bullshit. That's why my man Don Juan need to be in that office.
I mean, I'm
can't say
I'm with you on cracking down on the bullshit, but I mean, that was.
I mean, it took me years, but
he went hard.
I realize I'm conservative.
Animals, it's crazy.
Shit, I'm a conservative. So I see that. Like, I like shit the way it used to be. If you want to be called a man, you had to do manly shit, not be born with a dick and balls. You know what I mean? You want to be a woman, you got to do womanly stuff. They knew how to be feminine. I'm not with all this, the boss bees and the.
Yo,
no, we are not equal. We're not. There's no woman equal to me.
And this is what I heard, and not what I heard. This is what I seen today on I think it was on World Star, I believe, but maybe it was on YouTube for sure. They was talking to Hype Williams, and he was like, "Yo, how the industry was setting us up for the transitional and the transgender game when Biggie Smalls and P Diddy was coming into their first videos and things of that nature. Thanks for joining everybody.
Wasn't one of the girls a dude they were trying to say?
It was a couple of videos.
Yeah, I heard that.
Big Papa, I think it was Big Papa. The lead girl was a transgender woman.
I was hearing that, bro.
When he's in bed in one of these videos, the transgender's in bed with him under the covers. Well, granted, they got clothes or not, but that situation to know that this person is what they are, and then you taking that place. After all these bad chicks in New York City, you know what I mean?
Right.
LL Cool J got the girl dancing in the back of him in one of these Hype Williams videos. And Hype Williams just said that he just felt the industry was peppering us up for it. But just when the Tupac and Biggie Smalls beef was going on, that had too much masculinity that they couldn't pull that trigger right then, because this thing was going on and whatever conspiracy shit with that was going on type shit, you know what I mean? So it's just weird how like, you know, we talking about what we were just talking about, and then to have this brought out in the early 90s and being some type of plan to make it a agenda, some type of agenda, I should say.
Right.
Whatever it is, you know, what is an agenda that they calling it. And to have one of the biggest at the time black producers, Hype Williams, he was in all the major videos.
Shit, he made Belly. Just say he made Belly. he directed Belly.
All the major things, and that he was young, up and coming. Biggie Smalls being who he was at the time, up and coming. P Diddy being a new transitional producer as well, up and coming. And
Porn star.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but it's just crazy.
But you know what it be, right? You know what it be. All right. I'm Puff, you Big, since you from Brooklyn and Yonkers is closer to Harlem. We got a little tight-knit group. Pause, no pun intended. We got a tight-knit group. Jay's there too. But Jay's new. Or Jay is with us and we get a new guy. Somebody's gonna talk. You think that group and that tight-knit group until somebody gets angry. Or you sit there, somebody asks you for something, you say no. You know how it is without blackmailing. You tell somebody no, that one time they ready to, you know, disown you as a friend and as whatever. Same shit with the end, it's more on the line. Like, yo, this nigga Puff, blah, blah, or whoever. Man, this dude was trying to get me to blah, blah, blah. And I, you know what I mean? I flat out told him, like, nigga, I need 75,000 to be quiet. I need 75. And he said no, then they went and told.
Hype Williams also said he was at this party when P. Diddy made an advance at him, and he didn't know that, like, he think, you know, he brushed it off like, you know, P. Diddy stopped playing type shit, but he didn't realize he was the straight person at this party, you know what I mean? Everybody else in there was gay and you know, in the closet type shit, you know what I mean? And it was just weird, bro. It was very weird.
Yeah, like,
what's
the fucking entertainment industry is like Catholics. It's like the Catholic Church. Hollywood is like the Catholic Church. If you really, really, really sit there without the belief in the God or the whatever. But they sit there and they take advantage of all the young ones or the ones who are just inexperienced. Not because they're young, they just don't know. So it's, you know, man, I feel bad for Orlando Brown, man. That dude Orlando Brown, like, he sat there, admitted he was touched. And, you know, you see what it did to him. And I remember Charleston White sat there and was like, man, you sat there and said such and such did such and such to you. You let them do it to you. You ain't even do nothing. I'm just, whoa, like, man, listen, bro. Listen. If I'm going into Hollywood, I'm going through 50. Matter of fact, I want to shoot my shit in New York. We're going to go to New York with it. We ain't going to do Hollywood. I don't even want to be in Black Hollywood, which is Atlanta. I don't even want to do nothing here. Because you gotta deal with somebody who wears dresses and shit and glasses.
Hold on, Let's get DOJ. You stupid. Let's get DOJ.
So, you veered off a bit. Let's go ahead and...
It's the extra hour. It's the extra hour.
Let's go ahead and... No. And what y'all was talking about. Let's go ahead and rewind all of that. I saw the little clip you were talking about Hype Williams going ahead and doing that. The two questions I have out of that one is, how do you know Hype Williams wasn't the person who decided to put some of them transgender people inside of the video without knowledge of people? That's one.
That's a good one.
That's one. Number two, if this is more the plausible theory and they were trying to have some agenda of some way, somehow to come in here, isn't it also plausible to say that some of these people coming up, some of these famous people coming up, had some of these people in their entourage or who wanted to be a part of their entourage to go do that for videos and for these instances in there where they'll have like, well, I'll never have a part or a chance to go ahead and go here. Give me a 2-second cameo in a video where nobody will ever question it, because some of these videos we're talking about were popular and popping, go all in there. Nobody ever paid no mind to this. Nobody ever thought or batted an eye to it. Let me get them 2 seconds of fame, and it'll show how much of a friend you are to the whatever the people is, or if that was a part of your peoples, if that was your group. I think it's also funny because I want to go joking on Diddy and going, well, if all this shit is true and all these people are correct, and Diddy is some funny little individual, well, it's not to say that he was the nigga that was like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna put people on. I'm gonna bring these people to go ahead and be in this video for that reason. You know what I'm saying? Because those are my peoples to go ahead and go be in there. You know, there's a lot of unanswered things that get thrown around from there. And I just, that's the things that get me riled up from there. So we also come from, like you said before, where we was in a rough, to be homosexual and out in the open like that was crazy. You know you wasn't going to survive. You know it was going to be a hell of a time to go be on there. But you wouldn't say that if some of those people come, if you famous and be like, yo, that's my best friend from childhood. You know what I'm saying? And you find out, oh, it don't matter what they do behind closed doors. That's still a great person. That's still one of the homies. That's still one of the things that go on from there. They put in pain just like everybody else to go ahead and go be there. It's a little funky to go ahead and go be there, but I've had a bunch of friends that's just like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't question what goes on in your bedroom, bro. That's what neither here nor there. I don't care. But if you my peoples, if something bad goes down and you hold me down and I could depend on you no matter what, I don't give a damn what the hell you're going to go do that. Now, if I'm famous and I'm going to go do that, you don't think if I make a video now, not questioning either of y'all sexualities, you don't think if I make a video now, I'm not going to call both of y'all to go be in my video? I don't care what the fuck we doing. I'm making a video to go ahead. I need y'all to go ahead and go pull up. It's 5 seconds in the thing. We just gonna be chilling over about whatever. Or yo, we gonna fucking dance for like I'll pay you to go ahead and dance on it. You don't think it's gonna be like, yo, I'm there. I'm with it. I'm 100% with it. You think anybody's gonna question why y'all there? You think anybody's gonna say anything like, no, it's my video, my timing, my friends. That's probably the same thing that went on for some of these things. You know? My thing is, why is he talking about it now? Why is he bringing it up now? Is he trying to stir something up, like you brought up, like they said, if there's an agenda to go ahead and to do what? It's no agenda, because if you look at the time period, drag culture and people are coming out and doing things like that was blowing up in the 90s to go ahead and go from there. It's hugely popular all the way to the 2000s, where it blew up something ridiculous. Who's to say, like I said, you didn't have some of them friends to go ahead and be there, and that's the thing that went on from there, you know? I'm not going to say that was the agenda that I feel like it was going to happen regardless. Now, who put them in the video and who gave the okay to the video is open to interpretation, because some of these people, one is running away from the law and everybody else. One, unfortunately, isn't with us, and the other one, only person else we got left is Hype. This is why I don't like speaking on dead people, bro. If they can't defend themselves, I can't defend the story. You know what I'm saying? Who else is going to talk about
That's why you throw around the word alleged or, speculation.
Yeah, bro.
Says,
Speculatory.
that's all you can do.
Speculatory to go ahead and be on there.
We could do all of that, and that be all playing the fiddle. You know what I mean? But if you really look it down the line, and not saying that everybody was aware of who, what was, you know what I mean? Because maybe some people just didn't know, you know what I mean? Because the person that was on the video that I'm speaking about did get unalived.
One of the scenes you brought up, the Big Papa scene, you have to have known what that was. I don't know if that woman was transgender, but the joke of it was that she was, because she went to go pee standing up in a male bathroom. That was the joke. That could have been anybody. That could have been any of our mamas. We don't know the time period. We don't know what the hell was going on. But that was the joke to go ahead and be. That was what was funny to make the dudes run out or whatever was funny in the course of the video. The other one we're talking about, and what is the Juicy video? That's a little harder to go ahead and be like, all right, bro, that's clearly a man. Right, that thing right there is a man, and then you talking about the transgender under the blanket. I don't know that. You're not gonna sit there and tell me that wasn't just planned out. That's either got to be a joke to be funny, or they knew exactly who that person was to go ahead and be there, and it was a part of the video for exactly what it was. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not gonna give no benefit of the doubt to anybody. You just gonna sneak somebody into my no. If he was off to the right somewhere, blended in, and then we have to take all years to go ahead and finally look at it and be like, oh, that one right? Oh, that's a man. Oh. Then I'd be like, oh, well, that's
one guy.
But you're not gonna tell me this is in the middle of every shot. It's in an important shot. You see these people at times in the video to go ahead and be there to pinpoint. And you don't know what the fuck is going on.
Look, I'm about to go back and watch the whole videos and see, because I I don't remember at the time. I just, I ain't gonna fuck about music, like I told Jack.
The only one that's debatable, the only one that's debatable, to be honest with you, is the Juicy video, because the person is kind of far away dancing, and you gotta really look and be like, what the fuck? What the hell? And I had to, but I done watched that video, bro, since I've been born or been able to listen to music. How many times I done watched that video over and over? I never paid attention to that one scene. I'm looking for the ass and everything else shaking out there, and then Biggie coming on a rap. Damn. Oh, look at this nigga in the pool with no shirt on. What the fuck is wrong with him? I don't understand. That's the shit. I'm like, I remember. I'm not looking out and singling out. Oh, all right, that's that. That's why I find it weird he'll bring it up now. What's the point of doing that? Are you trying to say there was an agenda, or are you trying to say that Diddy and Biggie and all these other people was kind of funky? Give me something that I can attach my horse to. You know what I'm saying?
Pause. Yeah, I feel you.
Wow.
You're right.
Wow. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, but
it gotta be some substance, bro. Give me some substance, bro. It don't make no sense.
About watching like certain videos and certain clips, especially Instagram. That's why I try to go back and get the whole video, because what you show me in this 20-second short or 30-second short, like there's a before and after. And the before and after, if you ain't got that showing me, then I can't really run with certain things. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna run with certain things. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take it as a joke, as a skit.
Bring
you know
it.
I mean?
We have an instance of that one too, if I'm not mistaken, on one of our episodes. Y'all can go ahead and rewatch this and go ahead and go to the first season. We have an episode about the fake sun, that Japanese scientific experiment that they was running. And there was a video we watched that was like, bro, this is insane. And the girl was very convincing. She was on point. She said things with passion and conviction where it made you be like, damn, that sounds like it's on there. And then little did you forget, and any of the things that go on, there was like, well, maybe, what if, hypothetically, allegedly, and then goes, oh, I didn't even hear that. But you convinced me that way that now I feel like that's the truth of what's following from there.
Yo, here's some funny shit. My fault. Here's some funny shit, though. And this should tell you that at one point in time, I was definitely anti-Brooklyn. I never saw the video, Juicy. I ain't see the first Biggie video I ever saw was Hypnotized. How about that one? So I can't even sit here and recollect. Like, well, was it? I don't even know. I've never. Now I have to go. You said Juicy, and what's the other one?
Yeah. Juicy and what is it? Big Papa. I think it's the Big
I love
Papa
it when you
video.
call me Big Papa.
Yeah.
I know
It's
the song.
if you watch,
I've
it's
just
the
never seen
full.
the video.
It's the full video, and it's a snippet. Is when you're gonna see it. It's two dudes is using the bathroom, and a girl comes in, and she uses the bathroom in between them. They were like, and they run out like in slow motion. You know what I'm saying? And that to me, at least that one is funny for the video. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that that person was
I probably did see that and probably laugh.
You know what I'm
and
saying? I'm not
thought it
gonna
was
be
funny.
like that was a man that came in and come do that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
You don't see nothing. You don't
Yeah,
see
that-
nothing come out. It's not like she comes out and whips out her piece and just like, hey, here you go for the masses. And none of that happens. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah, but
That's
you,
on there.
that wasn't a regular thing, you know what I mean? So we didn't know. I mean, I didn't know, you know what I mean? So when I seen that
That's
video
why-
too, like, that's why I gotta watch it again and see the concept of all of this
That's
shit.
why
because-
if you watch it, it's funny. It's where comedy used to be, is where you'd be like, nigga, how funny would it be, bro, if we was at a baseball game or a basketball game, we went to go to the bathroom and a chick just walks in and goes to use the bathroom. At a time before where all this stuff was coming out, that'd be the most funniest fucking story we've ever had. We would have all ran
like
out
Step
like, what the
Brothers.
fuck just happened? I'm so confused. I don't know what to believe in anymore. This is insane. And it would have been over. Now you got to be like, oh, is it? I got to be politically correct. I can't tell them to go ahead and go out. It's not going to be fun. You know that's a man to go be in there. You know that's a sexual thing. Don't go ahead and go be there. And he's like, wait. I just thought it was funny. It has nothing to do about trans hate. You think they ran out of the bathroom because he was a man? No, it's a joke. It's a joke on there. That's what it is.
Listen, folks,
where
if you
it
could
goes
take
from
a
that.
dick, you could take a joke.
Hey, listen, man. We've definitely understood, and we've talked about how comedy has went down a bunch and how things have changed, and
It's
you know,
not funny
having to
no
be
more.
PC and having to go ahead and find the lines and follow the lines and things, and that was one of those instances on there. Now, for the Juicy video and the argument for the sake of not knowing this person or this just being a random, it's in a scene where they show the whole white building and they all dancing. She's gonna be somewhere towards the bottom of the screen, bro. It's in a white skirt and a black headband with a Caesar.
I don't know if y'all can see that. I'll try to play it, and maybe we can.
No, I
what the
can't see
heck?
this colors out. It shows the infrared.
But I can't put the sound because then he gonna get flagged. So you know
Yeah.
it's a
You
copyrighted
good.
song. So we can try to see if we could find.
This is so funny. No.
Yo, Doc, I'm just letting you know. I'm making fun of Brooklyn all day if I see what I ain't supposed to be seeing.
Nigga, I don't know what you're supposed to be saying.
It's
or what
coming
you're
up.
saying.
He's saying it as it's coming up.
And I'm gonna say they from East New York.
I didn't find no Eastern New York.
They from Brookline.
That's the best shit right there.
Yeah, that is St. James Place.
Matter of fact, that's that younger shit being brought down to Bed-Stuy, bro. What the fuck? Biggie didn't know
Yeah,
shit.
you right.
He Jamaican.
right.
He ain't know that shit.
Batiman, Antiman.
Well, what I do, I'm gonna look at the video and I send it to you, and I'll let you know when the shit is, man. Because I don't know.
I always for the people.
I know. I know. It was at the bar with one of these. I don't know what video it is either.
Yeah, I can't even see it from here. I'd have to send it to you.
All right. Well, so, folks, if y'all seen it, let me know where I should go. You know, participate, show love. It's the Brooklyn way. Oops,
Bro, I'm
no pun
telling you,
intended.
it was crazy. But I'm over here squinting and hurting my eyes to go ahead and go be on there. I'm just like watching a screen on the screen.
Right.
Yeah, bro. But again, to go ahead and bring it back, who's to say who did or who allowed, who did what was the agenda? you gonna sit there and tell me one of the let's leave it to who it is. You know, see one of the hardest rappers that's out there right there, Biggie's gonna be like, all right, we supposed to assume that he was like, yeah, I'm gonna allow him to go ahead and go be here. I'm gonna allow him to go ahead and go be a part of the group. I'm gonna allow him to have a scene, like in the Big Papa video to go ahead there, or one of them under the bed, like you said, under the sheet. Like that's not a thing, bro. You're not gonna tell me you ain't know that.
No, but I don't know, bro. I don't know. Because you could assume you could assume that someone is a male, but if he's passable as a female and you looking like, I'm giving at that time, you understand, where you don't think, you didn't have no other reason to think that somebody was other than what they was presenting themselves. You understand?
Okay.
Because like I said, obviously she was living her life as a woman, you know, that she got killed for it. You understand? Because someone was dating her and found out that she was a man, and then, you know, and unalived her. You understand? So she was living, and it had to be pretty passable to be on this video. Granted that I didn't know that she was a man at this, so I was like, oh shit, Hype Williams just said it. Now, I seen that part when they walked in and went to the bathroom too, but I still didn't put, even now, 20 years later, 30 years later, I still didn't be like, let me go back to that video and be like, you know what? Oh, that was a transgender. Like, it didn't correspond with, it didn't correlate in my head like that. So I'm saying.
What's harder to believe? Which out of the three is harder to believe? Hype planted a person in there. Biggie didn't know what was going on there, or didn't know what was going on there.
I don't think Biggie knew.
Or it's an agenda to go ahead and go be on there, bro.
No, well, but now before Jay presented this question, I was just thinking that maybe Biggie did know. You understand? And if he did know, granted that no, he gonna think no one else gonna know.
Exactly, bro. Or who's gonna say something? Who's gonna go ahead and go be on there? Who's gonna tell me otherwise?
Because now as a dude, right? As a dude that like females, I'm Biggie Smalls and she's a fly like a female. I want to holler at you. Now, if I holler at you and you telling me no, I'm gonna push it even more.
Well,
why are you telling me no?
That's a whole nother can of worms on that one. But
I mean, but I'm just going by a real man type of thing. You understand? I'm a real man in a situation like this. I got a fly-looking girl who I think is a woman. You understand? So now I'm pushing up on her, and she telling me no, or she telling me yes, and then I'm fine.
Again, I get what you're saying, but that's not what I'm pushing for on that one. What you gotta say, Jack?
I think it was Puffy's ass, because as an artist, he was a new artist. Biggie, Juicy is ready to die, right?
If I'm not mistaken, you're not gonna tell the boss nothing. That's at the time, even though I'm planning to go ahead and go do and go be on my own, or go ahead and go do that, whatever. Who's gonna tell me? He's put me on number ones. He's got me to the top. Look at the video I'm shooting. God knows what money he let go from the company to go ahead and go do this. I don't know what the hell is. You never know, bro. That's another thing that's on there too. That's what I brought up before too. Who's to say on there? And Big is just like, you know what, bro? I'm just gonna. If this is the norm, if that's what we're saying now, this is why it's fucked up, because it correlates with what's going on now, and it falls into place of the stuff that he's going through now. Where it's like, all right, if this is the beginning, let's say this is where he got his start to begin his ridiculousness. Who's to say this is not where he started? He's like, yo, you know what? And then use that as a piggyback after he died. Like, bro, I had one of the hardest rappers in the game on my level. You gotta follow. Listen to what I'm telling you. If I made it over there to do what I do, he did everything I did, and this is what has to happen. That's how a lot of people. That's what that selling your soul to the devil falls under too, bro. Doing whatever it is possible to make it to the top. And if a dude is sitting there convincing you, like, look at my resume, dog. This is what you gotta do.
Yeah, but also too, it's like looking back at this the show that he had when he was producing trying to find rappers, right? Like a lot of stuff don't age well.
Making the band.
Making the band. He was like, y'all got to get naked. You know what I mean? Y'all got to get naked now. And mind, he's thinking y'all really gotta get naked for me. Real talk. You can't say anything. He was thinking that in your mind, y'all gotta get naked for me. But he was using that terminology, but he was just using it in a different form. You understand? And look what it did. He was pushing the buttons of people, see how far a person will go.
Yeah, because I think he's a predator. He looks for opening, pause, no pun intended. He looks for open. I don't even want to say that. I don't want to use that term no more. He looks for a way.
Vulnerability.
He looks for a way to load you in.
Yeah. Vulnerability.
Either he gonna load you up with drugs or he gonna load you up with money. Whatever your pleasure is, so he can have his pleasure. And don't you dare rise against me after I get my pleasure, because I pleasured you. Well, you pleasured me. Yeah, I dare you say you took that. You took that. I dare you come out.
I'm not gonna see. I hate doing this, man. I hate we just hijack to go this way. That's why I feel like if you're gonna tell me whatever videos or whatever's coming up to go ahead and go be, we seized all this shit. You're not gonna tell me that's not exactly what Jack is talking about. Like that's exactly what every single video that's been on there is to go ahead and be like. Yeah, nigga, you know what it is. You know exactly what it is. You know exactly what time it is. It don't matter what's about to happen. This is exactly what's about to go down right now to go ahead and go be there. Like, it's just horrible, bro.
Yeah, it's a fucked up position to be in. Do I feed my moms and take something, and take a suppository, a meat suppository? Or do I continue to grind? Like, do I take my moms off the projects but lose my manliness and my, taking that enema? Or like it's a fucked up choice, and depending on who people are, they gonna take that enema.
Well, God knows. I mean, that's the sad part too. God knows. As funny as we want to make it, how many actually said yes and how many actually said no, man. Who knows who's actually telling the truth? Who knows who's actually crazy or not? You brought up this crazy bastard, fucking Orlando Brown, and.
I feel bad for him, man. He got taken through there.
My thing about it is that there's more studies. There's more studies on child actors going crazy because of some type of drugs and never some type of malicious behavior that went on behind screens. And now they're getting more recognition for it. But he done tainted so much of his legacy that it's hard for people to want to be like, let's find out how far back this goes with little people. Remember that, he's been famous since he was like 4 years old, bro. Like, he's been in the spotlight and everything since mad young. So that shit does ridiculous things to your brain, bro. Your ego and your understanding of life is all over.
Shit, your sexuality. You don't even know what the hell. Like, you sitting there, you getting abused. Now you got that thought. Am I a rainbow? Mm-hmm. Am I not a rainbow? Like, you don't even like. I like this, which may be women, but I've been used as a fucking use my. I don't even know how to say it without causing shit. But I've been abused.
Yeah,
I've been abused. So it's like, man, shit. To be honest, I'm surprised ain't nobody go postal. Ain't nobody go Columbine in Hollywood yet. Go into offices, that fucking where that couch is at, and waste everybody on that floor. That's what I'm surprised I haven't seen yet.
Because it's so much money tied up into those things. It's just a losing battle altogether. That's the devil of wanting to chase fame, bro. It's how far you're willing to go ahead and go do that. How far are you willing to go ahead and get there? And what you're going to do to keep that. It's
right. What are you going to do to stay away? That's why niggas respect people that, you get it from the mud.
Ridiculous.
But nobody really, I mean, people kill themselves after they come out and no one believes them. You know what I mean? But there hasn't been really nobody that wanted to die. Like Orlando Brown don't want to die. You know what I mean? Because if you see all the videos that he showed, he still want to be. That nigga need a hug. You know what I mean? He really need a hug.
He doesn't. Like I said, he tainted his legacy so much, or his story so much, where it's like, bro, I don't know whether you are sober enough to understand what you're saying, or for me to understand exactly where you're trying to pinpoint a time in your life where something is fucked up, like, and whatever's added on craziness, so nobody goes ahead and comes after you legal wise or defamation wise to go ahead and go be that, bro. Like, if I say enough outlandish shit, but that's what I've thought, and I've seen people speculate. If I say enough outlandish shit, niggas won't take me too serious, but then I live out a little bit of truth, so somebody will go ahead and grasp onto that. Somebody who might believe that, and I won't get in trouble.
Shit, I got one for you, Jay, because this is why I believe Orlando Brown. But I get what you're saying, because once little boy who cried wolf, or the fact that, my man, you are so destroyed on everything that you take or you drink, but wait, it's one guy.
Too. Hold on, you brought it up personally too. When it's like if I take my mama out of the hood, I've already accepted that. Am I really about to really move back and say I'm about to say something to go ahead and go move back? That's another thing that's right. On that.
Because it's the name. I'm gonna drop two names, and they are very famous. Used to be. One of them passed away. The Coreys. Corey Feldman came out. He was clean. I mean, he's clean, and he came out and he tried to go on Oprah show. I think they ignored him. They straight up ignored Corey Feldman. And Corey Haim, I think he either overdosed or took his own life, something like that. They both were getting touched. And Corey Haim, I guess, because he never got clean. He never got clean.
I believe from the story one more than the other, but it was still pretty much the same. And it was like all he wanted to do was to start this up and be like, look, this is what the fuck is going on, and this is some of the things that we need to look out for and go ahead and go change it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted to go, like you said, nobody listened to him on that.
Yeah, that was like, I'm just sitting here like, are y'all really questioning him? Like, who? I mean, I get that we in a world where people will make some shit up. It is horrible. But I mean, I don't think no man is going to make up getting touched in the booty.
Now, bro. Look at all the shit that's coming out now, bro. You know what it is? It's because I'm grateful that you're like this. I'm grateful that you have an aspect of life like this, because I can use that and tell you this is why it's hard for someone who actually went on to go ahead and go say it, because some people still live like you do. They'd be like, nah, bro, that's crazy, bro. I don't understand that. I did this and did that and go ahead and go. And it's like, how is it that I explain that fear or motivation or chasing fame it blinds you to all that understanding or knowing what's right and what's wrong to go ahead and go through that shit. So it's tough as hell, especially when you're a kid actor and you have some of these things that's coming out. But this is why it's good now, because we had that documentary we covered before, like that Nickelodeon documentary where they showing stuff like that, and it goes to understanding why, like, person that I love, Amanda Bynes, when I was on there growing up and thought she was funny as hell, why her life spiraled down and she's a complete mess of what she was. Same thing with like Britney Spears. Yeah,
I love her. I love Britney Spears.
That's somebody we all can say like we watched and grew up and didn't know what the fuck. Like, what's up with all of these random attacks that you're just crazy, bro? Like, what about your life is gonna live? Little do we know what went on for that price of fame when she was famous, mad young, and a sex symbol, mad young, to go ahead and have
Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan was my girlfriend.
That's another one who left. Who got messed up, was in there, was claiming this to go ahead and go there, got better, and now look, she's about to be in the next Freaky Friday that's about to come out.
Yeah, sometimes if you I don't know, sometimes they forgive. I mean, who knows what she did to get the forgiveness? Because did she come out? I think she came out and made some accusations or allegations, whatever the term is.
I think her comeback was more drugs than anything else.
Yeah, because yeah. Tara Reid was another one that was hot, and now she's doing Sharknado movies. No, man, Tara, you were hot. You were already a bone, and then you decide to use smack. Now you're even more of a bone. Like, come on, Tara. And I saw you in she looked like a drug addict, man. I saw a piece of Sharknado. I'm like, this is horrible. Then I looked at her like, damn, you don't make me feel the way you used to. Click.
Halle Berry.
I don't like Halle Berry neither. She's psycho, man. She's psycho. Every dude can't be wrong about her. Every dude ain't gonna sit here and lie on her. Everybody done called her crazy.
Yeah. She's stupid for Cocoa
That's the
Puffs.
same thing about what is it? Erykah Badu, right?
She's
Everybody fucks her up.
she's a
Makes
slaw.
people crazy.
She's a slaw. She probably does with her damn craziness. Like, you want to get her to shut up, so you just go, all right, I'll wear the kufi. I'll wear the African garbs. Just leave me alone. Shut up.
That shit, bro. That's mad funny.
She looks toxic, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
How you supposed to be an Earth? She's supposed to be an Earth, right? But how you supposed to be an Earth and you just letting everybody tag you? How you promoting whorishness and you supposed to be an Earth?
That's funny.
Like, Erykah Badu is trash to me. Like, I don't care how big her booty is. It is big. But she trash.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody checking for her besides, to lay down for a little while.
Look, you say that now, but she throw that hot tar in you gonna be like, okay, Erykah.
Thank you.
I don't even think you believe that shit.
Please and thank you.
Nah, I'm gonna sit there, I'm gonna be niggerish to her. She gonna be wearing Jordans and sweatpants when I'm finished with her. I ain't gonna be wearing no African garbs. She gonna be wearing my fitted sweatpants and niggas.
I'm not saying that, but I'm going to say that you probably going to stick around for a little while with her crazy ass. That's what I'm going to say, because you got that cuckoo for Cocoa Puff shit going on over there, bro.
Not in the same house. Not in the same house, I wouldn't.
She got that black magic for you, bro.
Wait, well, peep it here, though. This is why that shit wouldn't work. Because she has a daughter half her age, and I will strong arm her. Not illegally. Not abuse. Not abuse. But your mama on tour, and it's just me and you here. You heard what I did to your mama. You be hearing it. You heard it. You know what I do. Let me do that to you. You see, I ain't go African. What that say? That say New York Giants. That don't say. I'm not 3 stacks. I'm not common. We ain't even. The only thing we got in common is that we black. I ain't going for nothing no woman say. Not Erykah Badu. Not nobody with a bigger butt than her. Not nobody that look better. Not nobody with a better track record. I run this shit. I do. I mean, that broad, like, she came, when she first came out, she was so respectable. We probably didn't know that she was a whore, but she came out respectable, moving the movement, blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, she got her ass out. She running through dudes left and right. Like, women have no role models.
You just give her too much credit. She just had a little soul to her, and she just had some African garment on over there. She wasn't doing no more.
But she could sing, though. She was talented.
Don't get too bored. But it's back to being crazy with Orlando Brown, though, before we get too far off that one.
Yeah. Orlando Brown, like we said, the shit. I remember he was what? I ain't never seen it, but I know he was 3J. I thought that was the dumbest name ever on Family Matters. I know, and he was like what, 4 years old? He was on the Fresh Prince. He was all over NBC.
So, who can tell whether or not? Like I said, what's crazy and what isn't? Because you have somebody that you brought up, like a Corey film, and when nobody's listening and nobody's going in there, and then you got somebody like this who's like, I don't know what's true and what isn't. Like, and his life is
it's just fucked up by Hollywood, man.
Right.
It's just messed up. And then sometimes the parents push the kid there. Like, yeah, go ahead, we need this. We're poor. Don't you want a new bike? Don't you want a new house? Don't you want a new this? Now this child is ruined. Trying to look out for mommy. Don't you love your mother? Or your father, whatever? Because I ain't going to act like a dude won't sit there and, do that shit too.
That's a lot of the issues when they bringing up things of the past of child actors and shit that goes on there. It's like, where is the parents in some of these issues and some of these situations, whether they're choosing not to be involved or getting phased out where things happen where they're not in the room at the same exact time when they're supposed to. And that's where it just sucks at that one too.
Only one person seemed to have gotten away, and their mother was actually a real mother. Shirley Temple. Shirley Temple was like, what? I know she was younger than 12. And they were trying to get her on a casting couch, trying to get her mother to, and her mother, no, we out of here. Like, they kind of were freaked out after that meeting. But, nothing happened to Shirley Temple.
But it's just family having morals and standing on that ground, you know what I mean? and a lot of families don't, and they try to. I guess they believe that I'm leaving my child with someone that's going to take care of them.
Trustworthy.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That happens.
I'm not trusting my daughter. I'm not trusting my little daughter with nobody. Not at no
Me too. You know what I mean. But I mean, you look at the Nickelodeon thing, and I also look at, you know, other people, how they think. You know what I mean. And some people free like that. You know, some people is free to let their child go to places and do things like that. You know what I mean. I wouldn't. We wouldn't. You understand? And call it maybe being scared or being more aware of things. More knowledgeable about things that goes on with little kids, and you know, being more wary of that. But there's people that will allow their child to do certain things. There's a lot of people that will allow their child to, you know, to do things until the child realizes that that's the wrong thing to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's involved. It's how much you want to be or choose to be involved in your child's life and the things that they want to go ahead and go do. Sometimes when we look at these big pictures and we see adults are involved, it's always about money that's blinding them from the rest of the stuff that's happening.
Mm-hmm. Michael Jackson's situation. I mean, if you heard one time that Michael Jackson was in a situation, would you leave your child around him again? Like, no. I mean, so, but why do that? And then,
believed it. That's another thing too. It's a 50-50 thing, because I'm always on the board. I'm always believing about what's going on before I go ahead and assume something's going on.
Yeah, well, whether the red flag or yellow flag, there's a flag there, so you should be with your child 100% of the time. That's what I'm trying to say. So you would use precautions and you would make steps, and even if you allow that, you would still be more involved with your child in the activity that goes on. So it just, in hindsight, yeah, you'd be like, no, I shouldn't. But then you know, is money involved and play a part? That's another thing that plays a part too. You know what I mean? Money talk bullshit. Sometimes we need this money. Go get this money, Craig. Go get this money. You know what I mean? And Craig be in touch. Come on now.
Shit, to be for real with Michael Jackson, he went from red to yellow to me. Because I had to step it back when kids started, you know, taking that stand saying, no, he never touched me.
Mm-hmm.
I was told to say this, that, and the third.
Regardless of the artist and anything, my argument is always going, I don't think any of that should happen, but you ain't gonna tell me the motherfucker wasn't weird.
Weird, yes, but a predator? That's a little different.
You gonna tell me that dude doesn't? Oh, he has a giraffe in his backyard. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. That's okay. That's okay. You want me to believe yes, he has a whole amusement park. That's okay. You know, niggas, weird niggas like that. That's okay. That's all right. I'm cool with that. I'm all right with that. That's okay.
That's cool to me.
If that's where we're gonna go ahead and he's not, all right, cool. Don't worry about it. I can separate stuff like that. If I had $1 quadrillion to my goddamn name and I didn't know what the fuck to do with it, the fuck you think I'm gonna?
I built an amusement park too. I have a football field, baseball field, and a basketball court. And a stickball,
opening, some zoos opening, something retarded is opening if I have way too much money and not no time.
Shit, why not? It's mine.
I kind of think that he had a different concept, a different mind, you know what I mean, as far as I think he related better to kids than adults, you know what I mean?
I do too. I think he loved them. Not the wrong way neither.
Circling back to being famous young man and that now understanding how to grow up.
He never lived a normal life. He never had a normal life.
Never. So if you get the opportunity, you make billions and billions of dollars, you can have a wonderland in the backyard, and you can go there every day. You can bring a child there and have a child, and that child's not going to think of you any stupidly or look at you in a weird type of way. Let's go have some cotton candy.
I gotta make you disappear money. I gotta make you just poof and disappear money. Don't worry about it. Take that, disappear. Don't worry about it.
Yo, I think that motherfucker. I think chilling with him would be fun as hell.
That's funny.
With Mike? Yeah. It's beautiful. Get on the roller coaster, Jackie. It's for you. Go ahead, have fun. I sure will, Mike. I sure fucking will.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not getting better than that. Good night, everybody.
Hey, Mike, why they be saying these? Why do the papers say these things about you? No, they're ignorant. They're ignorant. No, I don't do these things. They're ignorant. Mr. Jefferson. But nah, real talk, I'd enjoyed myself. I mean, I would have been a different, we are different kinds of kids.
Yep.
So I don't think that shit would work here. I'm having fun at the Neverland Ranch. Yeah. I'm gonna have fun.
You're not telling me. I've had fun in worse places than that to go ahead and go do that shit. So
yeah, I want to get on a roller coaster. Shit. I want to ride a giraffe. I don't, but so what?
That, my guys, has definitely been fun.
Listen, I want to smoke a blunt with bubbles. How about that?
This nigga said smoking. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. I'm gonna holler at y'all next week. I love you guys. I'm gonna go eat dinner. Blessings upon blessings. Thank you everybody for showing up. Thank you everybody for everything, man. I love you guys. And again, I know I said at the ending of the episode last time, and I'm gonna give credit. Whoever the hell found this song, I heard it again for the intro. Magnifique. I love it. It's beautiful. I love everything about it. That's why I can't wait to keep doing this shit, man. Holla at me, guys.
Yo, peace,
right,
Jay.
brother.
Man. Peace, man.
Yeah. Jay don't know he just got you in trouble, man, because I'm already plotting on your yellow tape. But like, I don't like this. You don't jump out and have a better intro than me, B. We don't do that. Nah, we don't do that, B. Nah, B. I'm jealous. See my eyes? Green.
You stupid. I'm just holding it down with something different, bro. You know what I mean? And I told you that's what I wanted to do.
Fire. I'm about to pay Mace to do some bars for me. What about it? What up?
I ain't mad at you.
Nah, I would not. I would not. You would have to donate it.
You're stupid. What's your final thoughts? Any statements, shout outs, anything, bro?
Yeah, thanks for everybody who tuned in. All I can say is watch what you eating. Like, no, really, don't look at the food, damn it. Look at the ingredients. Watch what you're eating. Be careful. Like, stop being gullible. It's okay to get up and walk to the mailbox if you live in a complex. You don't have to get in your car and drive to the mailbox. That's lazy. Start with little steps. You know, and then, you know, it's all about health, man. Health is actually wealth. It's like, I know a dude, man, I wanted to say something, but, you know, I ain't know him like that. It's like, bruh, ain't nobody ever tell you, like, to stop? Like, I mean, it might be difficult, but shit, you never know till you try, man. Look out for yourselves. Take care of yourselves and each other. Jerry Springer, bam.
Yeah, I mean, facts. I mean, watch what you eat. You know, hopefully you get some overtime at work so you could pay for the goods that's out there. Hopefully you'll be able to get some funds from the government because they're giving out to everybody else.
Yes. I need one more when you finish, bro. One more thing when you finish.
Okay. It just that it's kind of hard out there in the streets, you know what I mean? And we gotta do the best and take out what's best for us. If you grow your own, you know, try to grow your own, you know what I mean? Start from the small things that you could grow, that could grow inside whatever state that you in. And work from there, you know what I mean? Something small, and then start, you know, and taking something better. Read the ingredients like Uncle Jackie said. Going back to the New York City giving out the immigrants some money. Hopefully the government could give us some money. You know what I mean? Hopefully they give us a stimulus check that we've been needing to pump the economy back. You know what I mean? That way everybody could see some money. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to Harlem. Shout out to Atlanta. Shout out to Jersey. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to Uptown. You know what I mean? Shout out to DOJ. Thanks for joining. Shout out to Uncle Jackie. Thanks for joining. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
Like and subscribe. And I'm going to kick it back to Uncle Jackie so he can give his final thought.
Folks, I know the good stuff costs a lot of money, man, but if you got to eat chicken until you can eat lobster and steaks, man, do what you got to do. Eat chicken, man. Like, I'm gonna leave that one. Damn, what I was about to say. America, the government, you government motherfuckers. How dare you take care of other people before you take care of home? And you continue to do it. You invest trillions upon trillions or billions upon trillions of dollars to people that don't live here. And then the illegal A's, I don't mind illegal aliens. I don't mind the alien J. We need to take care of us first. Do what Canada did and close them damn borders until you got your house in order. You need to get your house in order before you help other people. You got to be out your fucking mind. You sitting here sending all this money and making up all of these programs and stipends for people that's coming through. And every day I go to 5 Points, I got to step over 3 or 4 homeless people. Or it's a dude sitting there dancing and taking off his clothes because he's not mentally, he's out there, or she's out there. That's bugged the out. Take care of home, US, America, take care of home. Take care of this. Now I started understanding why Trump was with the borders and the walls and all of that stuff. I get it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, be smart, man. Think.
Facts, y'all. Well, thanks for joining us for another show. Like I said, hit the like button. If you're watching later, appreciate it. Leave a comment. Maybe over the answer back. Appreciate the love, people. Thanks for joining, and see y'all next week. Peace.
Doing the game, I'm standing out in the crowd. Arms on her, gotta stack that case out my back. Got the beats banging, speakers bumping loud. I'm the king of the game, standing out in the crowd. I'm so hard, gotta stack that cash. Yellow tape wrapped around, I'm making a splash. My flow so hot, it's burning up the scene. When I step into the room, you know what I mean. Yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape, yellow tape. We on fire, we the ones in charge. Ain't nothing time. Turn it up, let the beat drop low. Yellow tape everywhere, it's our time to show.
Yellow tape fools.